Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Kayla is starting to get on my nerves. Okay, first she was on Steve about helping Clyde get out of jail to save Steve. To save Trip. When in reality, she did the exact same thing for Stephanie. So that whole moral high ground is a bunch of BS. And now she's all upset with Paulina for going out there and saving her daughter and giving her a huge lecture. And yes, I understand from a doctor's point of view, getting other people health in danger isn't good, like Chanel and Johnny and Julie and pretty much anybody else that could have came in contact with her. I get that. But again, this is one of those things where it's like, you're a mother. If anybody should understand what she actually did, it should be you. Was it the smartest thing to do? No. But if Stephanie was in danger, she wouldn't hesitate to do the exact same thing that she did. Hell, even Abe, since they're being all upset into towards the end of the episode, was like, bro, if that was Lonnie out there, you would have went out there. You would have went out there. You wouldn't have sat there and told her, oh well, listen, there was other ways we could have sat there and saved Lonnie. No, 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 no. You would have went out there, you did the exact same thing. So it's just mind-boggling hearing these two characters that have children of their own condemning her for actions that either one of them would have took if they were in that situation. Um, Now I know that her and Ava have history, right? But she gets all up in her face in the episode, and she's berating her, and she's all like, "Oh well, you shouldn't have got involved with Clyde." And I'm like, "You don't even know the whole story. You don't even know the whole story." So I'm like, before you sit there and start chastising her, how about you sit there and get caught up on the story of what ended up happening? No, 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 no. She had to sit there and berate her because they already have history. And she just decided, since she was already on this high of chastising Steve and chastising Paulina, you know what? I already got beef with this chick. Let me go in her face as well. Now, Abe was literally trying to get the book, but of course she ran into Stefan, made up a lie. Oh, let's sit there and get some wine and try to be nice to him. Oh, we had some good times here and there. Didn't really go anywhere. She couldn't get the book. Um, but while she's sitting there arguing with Kayla, Roman comes out. Now, this falls on Harris, and I was about to call him Steve, um, but this falls on Harris because when Ava asked for the keys, she's like, listen, I'm just had a long day. Let me just get my keys or whatever, and just go upstairs. And Rome's like, no, you're not going anywhere. And Ava's like, well, Harris is not going to be upset when Harris is not going to be too happy when he comes here. It's like, you do realize that he's the landlord, right? And that's literally what he said. He's like, you know what, listen, I'm the landlord, and you ain't coming here. But in all reality, I don't think that Harry. Here's the thing: Harry should have probably cleared it with Roman before he decided to just have her move in. Hell, even if it wasn't Ava and it was somebody else, he should have still did that. So that was just out of pocket for him in so many ways. So I guess she's now gonna sit there and go back to Tripp's place. Um, that should be interesting. Now Harris did talk to Stefan, and when Stefan was like, "Hey, listen, I wish things would have been different. I really didn't want to sit there and shoot you, but I didn't have a choice." And granted, I haven't watched the show that long, but Stefan does not seem like the type of person that would just straight up kill someone. He'll hurt him, He may maim him. Hell, he may even sit there and put him in a coma. But he wouldn't have actually sat there and shot him. Hell, I was sitting there swearing up and down that he was going to sit there and do that. But then people are like, well, Gabby's life is on the line. And as messed up as that is, and I'm not sitting there condoning it, I understand why he did what he did. But Harris also understands that, because he's like, how did you get out of prison? And you realize that he has something on EJ. Now, I wonder, is he going to get that? Is he going to try to get what Stefan has on EJ so this way he can be safe, Ava can be safe, and, his job can be safe in general? Because like EJ said, EJ was like, you better stay on my good side, because if you don't, you done so. Johnny Snow didn't really contribute too much in this episode. I mean, it's funny because he was like, oh yeah, I'm an inspiring filmmaker. And I'm like, bro, you haven't actually sat there and did anything as far as trying to make a film since like a year or 2 years ago. You've just been a rich kid. That's literally all you've been. But so when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, how's that working out? I didn't really understand why they did not bother to give her crutches after Kayla saw them, checked them out, and everything like that, and realized it was just a spring. It's like, oh, all right, well, just stay off it as much as possible and elevate it in crutches, right? In crutches, you're gonna give her crutches. You're not gonna get her a wheelchair. You're not gonna give her crutches, but you're telling her to stay off it as much as possible. I really sat there was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? And she's hobbling, and she's with Johnny, and Johnny's helping her and everything like that. And I'm just like, this is like the dumbest. It's like the dumbest thing. I don't understand that. So of course they go back to the hotel because why not at this point? He sings for him, and that's pretty much about it. Yeah, Kate. Oh, how did I forget about Kate? All right, here's the thing, Kate. While you're sitting there berating Harris about, oh, you need to sit there and find a way to exonerate him, and he needs to sit there and leave because he's losing his mind in the monastery. I was like, he can still be in jail, right? He can still be in jail. Would you like him to be in jail? Because that's technically where he belongs. If we're gonna be honest. The fact that he's in the monastery and not in jail, you need to be thanking him. Instead, she decides to act like Karen, talking about, oh, well, I'm very protective of my kids. Of of what? Him being bored? Of him being celebrant? like really, Kate? This is what you're choosing to do with your energy? I can see if he was actually back in jail and his life was on the line and everything like that. But that's not the case. And on top of that, him being out, I mean, hell, he could sit there and be free tomorrow. He'll still have to sit there and look over his shoulders because Clyde is still out there. So I don't exactly understand what is it that you're trying to do. Because the only thing you're doing is pissing him off. And I get that, a deal was made, he sacrificed stuff, he could have died and everything like that. I get that part. But you acting like a Karen and he's in a better situation than he was? Going back to Roman talking about, oh yeah, I gave him a piece of my mind. I was like, yeah, you really did. You did a really good job as far as annoying him and being ungrateful too, because he didn't actually have to do that. Just saying the dude could sit there and leave, then that's going to look bad on Harris. So, um, anyway, I feel like that's about it. But there's more to sit there and talk about. So come to a live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, Bone and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. I will see you in the next video.